Welcome to this leg of the DOTA All Hero Challenge, where I'm playing with passive, retarded AFK bots against the most difficult, upgraded ranked matchmaking AI bots. So it's a 1v5 gameplay situation, and I'm going to be playing in this case, I'm going to be playing Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight, DK for short, is this hero right here. He is a strength hero, so that means that his main attribute is strength. For each level that he gains more points on this attribute than on any other attribute. And for each point that he gains in strength, he's going to gain a bunch of max health, and this will make him really suited for being kind of a tank roles. So this guy comes with a bunch of different abilities. I'm going to skim over them really quick. The first of which is Dragon Blood. That's his passive ability. It starts Dragon Knight off with an extra 2 HP regen and an extra 2 armor. And for every level that he gains 0.5 on each of those, and it's multiplied by 1.5 when he's in his ulti. So if you multiply that by 30 levels, he gets 15 HP regen and 15 armor altogether extra. And then if he's in dragon form, you can add another 50% on top of that. That's like 7.5 on top of the 15, 22.5. So then he has 4 abilities here, 4 main abilities. If you don't buy any items, he has these passively. The first one is Breathe Fire, which is a vector targeted ability, and it's AoE. So if you click in the direction Dragon Knight is facing, it's going to fire out a fire salvo like you just saw in the little animation. Is going to deal damage and reduce the passive attack damage from the heroes who are attacking you, and it lasts for 11 seconds. Next one is Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail is a stun. It's a unit target ability, so you can only stun one hero. And when you're in melee form, it's going to be a melee range ability. When you're in dragon form, which is his ultimate, it's going to be a range stun, so you can fire off the stun from a distance. Next, you have Worm's Wrath. This is his passive, which is going to increase the potency of the effects of his facet. I'm going to go over the facets in a second. Next one is his ulti. It's called Elder Dragon Form. This transforms our Dragon Knight into an actual dragon. It gives him bonus attack damage, it gives him ranged attacks, and it gives him bonus move speed, and it also increases the potency of the facet that you choose. You can choose 3 types of dragons that you want to be. You can be a fire dragon with splash damage. That means you have like cleave damage, and you can whenever you hit something, it's going to hit everything in an AoE. You can choose Corrosive Dragon, which is going to reduce the armor of any targets you hit, or you can choose a Frost Dragon, which is going to slow the people's movement speed, their attack speed, and their HP regeneration. Next up, he has a Scepter and a Shard that can upgrade his abilities. So the Scepter is just going to increase the potency of his ultimate. It's going to make him into a really cool level 4 Black Dragon, which has increased damage and increased effects of Worm's Wrath. So Worm's Wrath here, if you choose Corrosive Dragon, it's going to increase the effects of armor reduction. If it's Frost, it's going to increase the Frost effects, and if it's Fire, then increase the Fire effects. And then the Fireball, which is a AoE ability, which lasts for 8 seconds on a targeted area. It just burns up that area like you see in this little animation here. Alright, so that's it for the hero, and let's get right into the gameplay. The problems I encountered with this challenge were that Dragon Knight suffers from low attack speed and low damage. He's really tanky, but he just doesn't have a lot of damage. Not enough to kill 5 heroes at one go. So you really need to build him up. Like you see here, I just don't have enough items to win this fight. They're pretty low, but they're not dead. And I'm also not able to tank it. So like lifesteal could be beneficial. I fucked up a couple of times on my item builds. Here I got attack speed, but I didn't finish my Vanguard, which would make me tanky against physical attacks, which I really need. You'll see in a second why. They've got too many heroes here, and the tower is overwhelmed with creeps. It can only target one person at a time, and it's just not able to help me. Like, you see, it's just dealing a little bit of damage to their support here, not enough to do anything to stop them from fighting me here, and I didn't have enough splash damage to get them. I got really close a couple of times. It's a 40-minute game, really close. I got all of their towers, they got all of my towers, they got my racks, I'm getting their racks, and they're pushing at the same time on mid and on top. So if I don't go and defend this, they're gonna get mega creeps, which is gonna make it just that much harder for me because my bots are not gonna defend the base against mega creeps. Mega creeps are just gonna kill my ancient while I'm pushing a lane. So it's gonna be super difficult if they get mega creeps, so I have to go back and def this. But as you can see, my Elder Dragon form is just expiring, and it's got a 40-second cooldown here. So if I wait, I'm kind of fucked here because they took my mid racks. If I wait, they're gonna take my top racks, and if they take my top racks, they have mega creeps, and it's gonna be very difficult for me to get mega creeps before them because he's healing the towers. We've got Treant Protector, he's healing the towers, and it's just really a difficult game here. Like you see, I still don't have enough damage to burst them down fast enough. And I don't have lifesteal, which would have been ideal. I should have gotten a Satanic and I could have tanked that fight. So then let's get into the game that I actually won. Here you see I'm choosing the passive bots, default bots on my side, and I'm playing against unfair ranked matchmaking AI on their side. Let's go. So I'll give you a quick rundown on the heroes before we start the game. And then I will edit this out because there's going to be a lot of farming and it's a 40-minute video. So I'm not going to show you the whole gameplay. I'm just going to show you the highlights. Well, I'm just going to speed up the parts where I'm farming. And this part, maybe, perhaps, probably I'm going to speed this fucking shit. What the fuck is this? Yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, so sorry about that. I also needed to resize the window. I hadn't noticed that. And I forgot to resize the window so you can actually see the heroes up on top here. Push this really quick. Okay, so I set an extra speed because the start game, the farming, etc. It's not that much of great entertainment. But I'll go quickly over the heroes while we're waiting. So here I'm going to be against Pudge. Pudge is really dangerous because he has an ulti. This guy right here, this is Pudge, and his ulti is just basically, he grabs me and he disables me for 5 seconds and he regains his lost HP, well, a percentage of it. So it's a really pain in the ass ulti. They can disable me for 5 seconds. It goes through any kind of like magic resistance, etc. He can cast this through a BKB. So it's really a dangerous ability, and he's got a hook. A hook deals a lot of damage, and it's not something that I can mitigate with magic resistance or physical resistance. It's pure damage, so it's also really dangerous on early game at any rate, and it can just put me in a really bad position if he manages to hook me in. Then we've got Oracle. Oracle is a problem because this guy is going to save his allies. Like if he casts his ulti on an allied hero, it saves them for 5 seconds. And they can't be killed. And any regen that he puts on them is going to amplify them. He's a healer. Next one is Legion Commander. Legion Commander has a dual ability. It's his ultimate. And this ability causes me to be disabled for another 5 seconds. So they've got basically somebody who can't die for an extra 3 seconds, and they've got 10 seconds of disables. This guy can basically respawn, so I need to kill him twice, and Sniper is just a very, very high damage per second ranged hero. So he's hard to get to, and he has a bit longer range than me, and if he's fat, he's just really dangerous for me. So that's the challenge. As you can see, the early game is going pretty okay. I just ran away from most encounters because that's what you have to do in the early game against bots, because they just blast you, man. If they stack together on an early game, there's no way I can tank them. So I'm just running away most of the time. I kill one and I run away. I kill one, I run away, because I'm trying to farm my items. So here the first thing I got was damage. Chrysalis is like critical damage, and here I'm farming for a scepter. So the scepter is going to amplify my dragon form, which is going to make me significantly more powerful when I use my ulti. And I'm also buying a Vanguard. Vanguard is something to reduce physical damage. So you see there, I'm still not strong enough to go under tower and face them. They're really aggressive. They're going really far under my towers. I'm just baiting them and kiting them, because that's the mistake I did in the last game. In the last 2 games, every time I bait them a little bit and then I fight under a tower, and it turns out it's just not, like, I'm not tanky enough and I end up getting killed. So this game I was a little bit more careful because I wasn't in the mood to spend another 40 minutes on a failed challenge. I almost got it the last game. So here we go, we're on minute 18 right now. I'm pushing on tower 2. They've already pushed my top and my bot, and now they're focused on defending. So my passive bots are coming with me, but they're just not doing anything. If you notice, like, he's not casting abilities, he's not helping me, he just runs away. And yeah, these guys are just staying on their lanes. They're not doing anything. They're getting killed all the time. Snipers killing Necro, and you see they're going top here. They're gonna kill these guys again. He's just staying with the creeps. If you look on the map, this yellow guy is just staying with the creeps all the time. He doesn't really do anything. I got double damage rune, and I'm going in. I finally got my scepter. You see the black dragon looks really OP. Very nice. I'm only dominating right now. So this is 20 minutes, and I've only got 4 kills, which is really not that amazing. It's really not that OP. 5 kills now. I'm sorry about the video. It's a little bit choppy. I don't know why. I think it's because I sped it up. Like, the way CapCut speeds it up, it's not that great. Makes the video slightly choppy. And also, whenever I change, it seems to like fuck up the resolution with the speed. Like, it fucks up the resolution. I don't know if you saw, whenever it's changing, it just fucks up the resolution. Yeah, it's kind of an ugly video, but you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. When it goes back to 1x speed, which is going to be very, very soon, it's going to be better again. Where are we now? Let me have a look. 17 minutes. So we got another 6 minutes. I think I left the end on X1. So yeah, I never fight when I'm not in my ulti anymore. Like, a lesson learned. I just run away because they tank me. And I got this time a Maelstrom. I'm really not a huge fan of this item. This item does electricity damage, AoE, but I find the damage kind of lackluster. It's really not that great. But I got it because the electricity can jump from one hero to the next, and on early game, it just gives me that like 100, 200 damage boost. I need to break them down if they go all of them on me. Now this guy's really dangerous. I don't know if you notice, I think he's got a Desolator. His attacks were red, and that probably means he's got a Desolator. Desolator just reduces my armor, which is a counter to me. I'm level 20, I've only got 10 armor. It does 7 armor reduction. That leaves me with 3 armor extra to spare. It's not a lot. So yeah, gotta be careful. There you go, just defending the towers. It's really a game of cat and mouse. I go one lane, they push another one. I push one lane, they all stack up here and they push me back. I've always constantly got mana problems. I don't know if you noticed that when I'm in the game. Bam, he didn't hook me. That's really nice. Oh, he tried to hook me, didn't manage. And there I'm going to get 3 kills, 4 kills, and a rampage. Oh, I didn't get the rampage. What a shame. Okay, so that leaves me enough time to get their tower 1 up here. Done. Push this lane. Next one to be pushed is this lane, but my little bot here, he's not going to push it because he's a passive bot. He's just going to run away as soon as they TP onto him. And I've got my dragon form ready again. I think I'm gonna go for the racks now because I've got Daedalus, Vanguard. It's a thing to do. Next, what I would need now is attack speed. So like you see, this is actually pretty slow attack, but it's very powerful attack. So I can actually get their racks down. But 29 minutes here. I am really pushing it because I want to finish within the 30-minute mark, which is not going to be possible, obviously. But I think I managed to finish this game in like 35 minutes. So I just chase them down, they run away because I'm higher damage than them. And if they stay and fight, they die anyway, so there's nothing they can really do. I got my Moon Shard, which I think is going to allow me to push this next little bit. So they're not dueling me, which is really nice because they know that they're not going to win the duel. But you see, like, the effects of the Black Dragon is insane. Like, the way I just break them down. I know I have Daedalus, and I'm probably like 5 or 6 levels above them. They're probably level 20, I'm level 26. But, like, the damage it does, AoE, is just insane. And that's why I took the Fire Facet. It's because of the splash damage. I think I could have gone either of that or the Frost. The Frost would have been okay for for team fights, but it doesn't have splash damage, so the frost effects wouldn't have, I think, an AoE. They'd only be targeted on one hero, which is really not that advantageous when you're playing against bots because they really stack up together. There, I'm buying my items, getting ready for the final push, and it's back to X1 speed. So let's have a look what I made with the final couple of minutes of my game here. It's 32 minutes. I've got both racks down. I don't think I'm going to bother pushing the top lane because I need to get through the tower 2 to get to the racks. So I don't think that's worthwhile. It's already 32 minutes in the game. I really should be focusing on getting rid of these guys. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. And oh my, look, they're really, really damaging me there. Wow. Wow. Holy shit. That was incredibly close. That was so close. I just missed the rampage there, but holy shit, I almost fucked up that challenge at 33 minutes again. Lucky for me, this guy doesn't have damage. But that was so close. I should have really just started with the dragon form and not waited, because I was baiting them into going all on me so that I could get them into the fireball and then ulti, but they have stuns, so that was really, really, really dodgy. That was like this close to fucking up the challenge. But there you go, 33 minutes in. My build was phase boots rather than the boots of bearing. I got a Vanguard Daedalus. This thing here, I forgot its name, but it's like the upgraded version of the Mjolnir, and a Moon Shard, a Scepter, and a Shard. So this is a lot of farm. Like, that's a lot of farming. And I didn't get Midas this game, so I had to farm everything manually, which is why it took so long. 33 minutes, 49 seconds. Not too bad, not too bad. Pretty good, pretty good. And 21-0. I'm the only one on my team who got any kills. 21-0 is my score, and 21-19 is the team score. So my guys were feeding the whole time, and I actually got all of the kills. Because these are obviously passive bots. So am I gonna click continue here? What happens here? Yeah, no, I click continue and it's a little bit slow. So let's have a quick look at the damage. If I actually clicked on the damage scoreboard here, I don't know. Yeah, Sniper got a couple of kills. Oracle got a lot of kills. He's really a powerful hero in the early game. And 55,000 damage, which is not incredible for 35 minutes. It's really not that great. But that's the thing, like DK is, he's not really that hero. He's really more of a tank. I think personally I think he's more of a tank than like a huge damage dealer. But he's good for nuking. Usually people play him with a blink dagger and they just jump in on enemy heroes because he's got a long stun, so they can just blink in, stun the guy, break him down with the dragon form and the Daedalus, and then they get out. So it's like eliminates one hero from the fight right off the bat, and he can't do anything to defend himself because the stun is so long. So it's pretty OP. But yeah, that's it for Dragon Knight. Really happy I managed to challenge with him. Next one is going to be, so DK, I think it is Dawnbreaker, Dragon Knight, and then we're going on Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit is the next person in the challenge, the next hero, sorry, in the challenge. I hate Earth Spirit. I can't play that hero. He's got many abilities I don't understand. It's going to be a real pain in the ass, so I'll see you in that one. Peace out.